Hello, beautiful Aquarius. How are you? I am Elena Valdez, and I am here to do your July 2024 tarot reading. I have purposely switched up the order of the signs. I usually start with Aries, and then, of course, Aquarius and Pisces end up being like the last two. But I'm changing things up. I'm always going to start with the birthday people. So I started with Cancer and Capricorn because it's Capricorn's half birthday. And I then went into Pisces, and now you're my fourth read. So I hope that this is helpful for you, like just switching up the order, because you guys are always left till the end. But in any case, we're going to get started here with your potential challenge here for the month of July. And so far we have the Muse of Voices, the 10 of Voices, and the Page of Emotions. OMG. So actually, you know what? Before we get into the reading, I just want to sort of do like a little check-in because Aquarius, Pluto has been in your sign, or Pluto went into your sign early this year, so in January. So a lot of you Aquarians are experiencing a bit of a rebirth. But here's the interesting thing, is that you're going to get a little break from Pluto for like about a month here in September, October, and then it's going to come back into your sign for about 20 years-ish, okay? And ish is really a thing, 20-ish years. And here's the thing, because I've been seeing a pattern with your readings. They're not very Aquarian-like. And what I mean by that is that Aquarius, being that you're ruled by two planets, your modern ruler is Uranus, which is the liberator of the planets, and your traditional ruler is Saturn, which is quite the opposite of Uranus. It's very grounded, kind of disciplinarian, the authority sign, that type of thing. So you're ruled by these two very different planets, which is what gives you a bit of your eccentricity and quirkiness. Like Aquarian people are freaking fascinating because they're interesting people. And they're interesting people because they have these two facets to them. They're very different, very dynamic, right? Like you can see, you can be very stoic and grounded and rooted in creating a material life for yourself, like a good grounded life. And you can also be very eccentric, believe in UFOs and weird shit, you know? And some of you can, and I know this is generalities, but for the most part, right, like some of you can be very religious, but then liberal in your religious views also. So there's a bit of like a dichotomy that exists there, right? And sometimes the way that Aquarian energy kind of justifies this polarization or this polar opposites of rulership is that you can maybe spend some time very Uranian and then spend some time very Saturnian, right? But what's interesting here for you, Aquarius, is that for the next 20-ish years or so, you're going to have Pluto in your sign, which is just going to add another level of a little cuckoo-ness for you. And what I mean by that is that Pluto is very much, the agenda of Pluto is to give kind of like a rehaul, a rebirth, restart, basically dying to an old something to begin something new. Like that's the agenda of Pluto. So basically what I'm trying to say, Aquarius, is that at the beginning of January of this year, you started to get kind of hints of, oh shit, life's about to really change, but not really knowing how, but getting a feeling like things as you once knew them are no longer going to be the same. This will depend, how this manifests, this energy, will depend on where Aquarius is in your particular chart. So if it's your rising sign, for example, that would affect your first house of the physicality. That would affect your body. That would affect your body image. You could quite literally be going through a transformation, a physical transformation, right? Potentially. If it's in your fourth house of home and living, you could potentially really rehaul where and how you live, right? Seventh house is relationships. It could potentially give a new way of being in your relationships as well, right? It depends. It's going to be different for all of you. But the reason I'm bringing this up right now in the middle of your tarot reading, the reason I'm throwing astrology at you is because, well, first and foremost, I am an astrology before I am a tarot reader. However, I've noticed this trend with you in your recent readings, Aquarians, that don't feel very Aquarian, meaning it's almost like I could feel and I could see in your readings that you're entering a new terrain. That you're like, what the fuck? Like, what now? Like, you're almost like, and this is going to be different for all of you, right? So like, if you used to feel a certain way about certain topics, you're starting to change the way you see things. Like, it's almost like you're reintroducing yourself to yourself. And here's the kicker, though. This is just the beginning of Pluto being in your sign. Like, Pluto's actually fully going to go in full force at the beginning of the year for 20 years. So you're just getting started, but you're getting glimpses. It's almost like you're receiving glimpses, Aquarius, of who you are meant to become, like what you are unfolding into. Hope that makes sense. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because your first three cards, your challenge, it's an energy of fighting with yourself and your emotions. It's an energy of wanting to be open to new energy, new information, new learning, a new way of communicating, a new way of verbalizing, a new way of saying things, a new way of like, it's almost like you're experimenting with a new way of you. It's like you are becoming someone different right before your eyes. And it's stressing you the F out, man. Like, you're like, who am I? What is this? Why am I beginning? I for some of you, it's going to be in your relationship. For a lot of you, it's going to be in your emotions, in your relationships. For some of you, you're actually feeling for the first time. For some of you who have been stoic and strong in relationship and in communing with others, Pluto in your sign has actually made you go deep, because Pluto's deep depths. Pluto is like psychology, like analyzing the inner workings of your soul, right? And so for some of you, it's almost like, I mean, look at this imagery. I hope you can see that. Look how deep that imagery is. Just take a moment and look at that. It's like her sacral and solar chakra are open into another world, another dimension. It's like a forest in there with light, right? And her heart is like being opened up here. And I feel like that's what's happening to you in an area of your life, Aquarius. And it's like, I've been seeing this pattern in your readings of like, you're fighting with, that's what it is. I got it. It's like you're fighting with your old self, or you're fighting to convince yourself that you are not this new person that you're becoming. I hope that makes sense. It will to some of you, to a lot of you actually. For some of you, this is in your physicality. For some of you, this is in the way you see home, family, relationships. It's almost like you've lived your whole life believing and being a certain way, and now you're like waking up to yourself and this new way of being, and you're like, well, wait a minute, no, I don't believe in this, because for 20 years, 20, 40, 30 years, whatever, I've been doing this. So this can't be me, because this is me. The evidence proves that this is me. But what's happening, beautiful, lovely Aquarius, is that you're starting to feel the conflict. You're starting to feel the angst and the anxiety of wanting to learn new things, wanting to explore a different side of you, wanting to live things differently, wanting to move around through life differently. And some of you are surprised at how your heartstrings are being tugged here. For those of you who have been living a very stoic life, this shift is really making you go like, uh-oh, what's happening? So if you are feeling like you don't recognize yourself, Aquarius, it's okay. Pluto just got in your sign not that long ago. It hasn't even started. It's starting to give you notices, right? Starting to kind of send you messages that things are changing. And things will change. By the end of this 20-year cycle, things will change. And again, that will depend on where Pluto is in for you. In other words, where the sign of Aquarius falls within your natal chart. Okay? All right, let's move into your opportunity for joy here in the month of July. So bottom line, your challenge right now is realizing that you're no longer you're changing. You're no longer the person you used to be, and you're seeing inklings of that. And it's almost like you're trying to find a new vocabulary for the new things that you're moving towards. I hope that makes sense. All right, Aquarius. What will bring Aquarius joy in the month of July? The Lovers. Ooh, Page of Inspiration. The Emperor. OMG. OMG. Wait till I show you these cards. They're gorgeous. Look at the Lovers. Okay, but the Lovers doesn't necessarily have to be relationship. For some of you it will, but look at how stunning those colors are. Those are beautiful colors, aren't they? And Page of Inspiration. Oh my God, I love these cards for you. And the Emperor. Honey, you're bossing up. I mean, you've always sort of been the boss, right? But you're really owning your new perspectives here. Look at these colors, though. Look at how stunning these colors are. You're becoming more creative here. With the Lovers here, it can be a couple of things. Yes, for some of you, this can be you're being inspired by the pull of some potential romantic thing that's inspiring you, something new that's at the beginning stages. If you are already in a relationship, you may have started infusing some new things, new habits into that relationship to make it a little bit more inspirational, okay? But for others of you, honey, the advice here is to choose, because the Lovers is also the card of choice and choosing between two things, okay? You're being inspired here to choose the new thing that inspires you, the new creative outlet. For some of you, it's a new creative outlet. For some of you, this is about really becoming your own boss. This is inspiring you to choose creating your own business, your own, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like your advice, Aquarius, is to go your own way, to choose going your own way, and to be inspired by that, and to know that you will be successful in that with the Emperor. The Emperor is successful. The Emperor makes everything happen, okay? But this advice is fueled by inspiration. You are being inspired, and you're becoming more intuitive, which Aquarians do have a natural ability to be intuitive, but it's different. The Aquarian intuition is like a zap. It's almost like a UFO zaps your head and gives you information that nobody knows. This new intuition that you're tapping into is more watery. It's more emotional. It's more rooted in sacredness. And I know that a lot of you Aquarians are not into that woo-woo stuff. I know. I get it. I know. I understand that about you. But like I said, you're changing. And you're seeing yourself change. Like some of you all of a sudden are believing in psychic readings. All of a sudden, some of you, this is your first time you go to a reading, a tarot reading, because all of a sudden you became interested in. That's the level of change that I'm talking about. This Lovers card next to this Page of Inspiration and next to this Emperor tells me that some of you are ready to go your own way in some area of your life. You're being inspired. There's something else that feels yummier to you, that feels better and more in alignment with you. And being that this is in the This isn't your opportunity for joy, actually. We haven't even gotten to advice yet, but this is twofold, because tarot is always, there's always advice within all the messages, right? So here, your opportunity for joy is going to be to choose the new path that inspires you, and the new path that liberates you from another being your authority. That will make sense to those that it's meant to make sense to. All right, let's pull up advice for you, Aquarius. Advice for the Aquarius. The Tower, let it go. The Fool. OMG, you can't make this up, you guys. You can't make this up. So your advice is to let things fall that need to fall away and go for the new. Like, take a leap of faith. Like, try the new thing. And the Nine of Inspiration, this is like Nine of Fire. This is, oh my, this is like receiving all the things that inspire you, like opening up to the things that make you feel full inside. Look at this determination in this Nine of Inspiration to receive, to be in full empowerment. Some of you are going to have to break some hearts, whether it's your employer that you're currently with, your teammates, your employees, your relationships. Some of you are getting ready to exit some things. Yep. Some of you are getting ready to say goodbye to some things. With the Tower here and the Fool and the Nine of Inspiration, being that these are all cards of letting go, releasing, moving forward, and going for that which inspires you. And with the Nine of Inspiration, it's a promise to receive that which makes you feel good. You're like ready. You're like at the cliff. You're like at the point, Aquarius, where you're ready to, like, you're just ready to dive. Okay, just you're there. You're at that precipice. So I think for most of you coming to a reading today, just needed confirmation, and you're ready. You're ready to close some things out. It's done. Some things are done for you, and the inspiration of this being done is that there's something else that's stirring you. It's not only stirring your inspiration, it's stirring your intellect in a different way. It's stimulating intellectually in a different way. This can be in relationship. This can be in your job, yada, yada. All right. Let's pull an oracle card from this awesome little deck that I love, I love, I love. What is the most important message that Aquarius needs to hear from this oracle deck, Spirit? Oh, I love it. You are epic. That's your message. But I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the essential meaning from the actual book. You are epic is your message. Yes, you are, Aquarius. All right, using passion and logic together. Didn't we say, didn't I just say that? That's not just about your inspiration, but it's being intellectually stimulated. Okay. Using passion and logic together, providing care for others, strength of spirit, warrior soul, knowledge, leading others. Okay, so the Emperor is also a leader of other people. So some of you may be stepping up in your company, your creative, the work that you already do. Some of you are starting your own businesses where you will be the leader of that business. Planning and growth, stability, leading others, the pinnacle of success, creating order from chaos. The Tower into the Nine of Inspiration, creating order from chaos, building your dream. And whatever area that is, beautiful Aquarius, whatever area that is for you. For some of you, it's relationship. Not most of you, though. And for most of you, it's career, passion-driven, all of that. Also, for those of you, anyone here struggling with physical issues, there is an indication here that you're moving from the Page of Inspiration to the Nine of Inspiration. There is going to be a strengthening of your, whether you're going through an illness, an ailment, or something else, or something of fracturing of bones, something of fracturing. You're going to be doing better as soon as you let go of the things that no longer inspire you. You will find the healing from inside out, because you're respecting what your soul needs, and your soul needs you to be inspired. So whatever is making you feel dull and it's pulling you down, it's physically affecting you as well. Okay? With that said, think about your, and by the way, that last message that I just said, that was pretty strong for someone here. I feel like it was probably for a couple of people. All right, Aquarius, think of a yes or no. Think of a question that you require a yes or no answer to, and I will pull a yes or no card for you. Think of it. Think of it. Dear Spirit, is it a yes or is it a no for a beautiful Aquarius? Yes or no? And if you haven't already done so, Aquarius, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, all that stuff. All right, Aquarius. Yes or no for Aquarius? The question that Aquarius has. Is it a yes or no? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Is it a yes? Is it a no? Quizá. That means maybe. And it was brought to you by the Wheel of Fortune. This is why you didn't get a yes or a no. You got a maybe. And the reason you got a maybe is because your question probably involves other people, and their free will needs to get in line with yours before there can be a yes or a no. That's number one. Number two, it can also potentially be a maybe, even if it doesn't involve other people, because there are still things that could potentially change here. It's almost like someone's destiny is about to change. Some situations are about to change that will change your question, is what I'm trying to say. All right, beautiful Aquarius. I hope this was helpful, and please subscribe, like, comment. And I hope to see you back here for the mid-month and the cross-watcher reading. All right. Take care. Bye.